Hey, good day. All right, so I want to talk to you about fruit today, all right? And I might get a little bit feisty about fruit today, so I'm just going to call it feisty fruit. I was like, oh, too bad it's not on a Friday. I could get feisty fruit Friday, but anyway, we'll do it today. So as you're popping on, say hi, but I am going to get into some nitty-gritties about fruit. I don't know about you, but so I have been health coach and now a healthy living strategist for over the last 10 years. I started getting healthy myself about 12 years ago, and show me with like a raise of hands or just like me, or say yep if throughout maybe that time frame, because this is pretty popular over the last 5 to 10 years, that we've been kind of taught to maybe minimize how much fruit we're eating, or maybe even ditch it altogether. Like, have you heard that concept? Have you been taught that? I have like stuff on my screen. Can you guys hear me? All right, I just saw Sherry say hi, so hopefully that means you guys can hear me, because I had weird stuff on my screen. So hopefully we're good. But so, I myself, as I came in and I was being trained up and I was being taught by nutritionists and doctors and, becoming a health coach, Melissa says, yup. Shoot, Melissa might have even heard it from me. Probably not. But as a younger health coach, even really up until the last few years, I also kind of bought into, because that's what I was taught, that's what was kind of the popular movement at the time, and it definitely is right now, of this idea of, ooh, but stay away from fruit. Like, it's always like a but, because there's so many amazing things health-wise about fruit, but we're taught like, hey, stay away because it's really high sugar, right? Anybody else? And I bought it and taught it, sink, line, and what is that phrase? Line and sinker, something. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm not a fisherman. That's my dad's thing. But anyway, so, through actually having a health issue over the last 4+ years, I've become more and more open-minded to play with my food, and be open to different ideas of how to eat, what not to eat, all this good stuff. Man, guys, my hair's like driving me crazy. I'm distracted. All right, but what I want to tell you is I have some cool numbers to share with you that's actually going to debunk the fruit myth. One, because I personally actually ran this. Like, you'll see. I almost want to just spoiler alert right now and just tell you it. I might. But anyway, so here's the thing. Through that, I had to play around with things. And even with different like health issues that have to do with their gut and all these things, we're told like, ooh, well, don't have things with sugar because it'll feed, all the different things. Because very popular right now. There's a lot of different gut issues. It's a huge part of the reason that we're going to doctor's offices right now. And we've got yeast, and we've got bacteria overgrowth, and we've got just all kinds of digestive stuff going on, right? And so we're like, ooh, don't eat fruit because it will feed all the things going wrong in your digestion. Have you heard that one? Because I definitely heard that one as I started on my trek with my healthy living, right? Not healthy living. I was already living healthy with my illness, right? And trying to figure out what it is. And so all these different cuts, and so many people going, well, don't have sugar, including fruit, and then we have a lot of people with diabetes. Don't have the fruit and sugar because it'll skyrocket your sugars, when really, for the last 10 years, I've actually had tremendous success, even when I was in fruit fear mode, of coaching people who had diabetes or pre-diabetic with being able to basically like completely get off their medication and go get their numbers totally level while still eating fruit. So it's not the fruit. All right? It's not the fruit. I am going to spoil alert, right? I'm going to spoil alert and tell you, and I'll give you more details in a minute, but I'm going to tell you that last June, and then July and August too, but last June, I was averaging, and I'll tell you how, but I was averaging 400 grams of carbs and 200 grams of sugar a day, lost weight, had amazing energy and vitality, skin was amazing. Amazing. I lost 7 pounds in like 2 or 3 weeks on 400 grams of carbs and 200 grams of sugar. So if that doesn't make you go, wait a second, well, then maybe there is more to this, because I'll tell you, most of that was fruit. Okay? So I want to just go over some like truths about fruit and sugar. Maybe now that you're like, wait a second, you had that much and you still lost that much weight and you felt that amazing. Okay. So again, I myself was like born into, when I came into the health field, was born into that concept of being afraid of sugar. Like being afraid of fruit. You'll hear people call it right now like fruit fear, because more and more people are realizing that that was almost like a fad diet kind of a thing, right? And it's part of a fad diet right now, this fear of fruit, right? So the reality is the sugar in your fruit is not equal. So I myself, yes, was born into that concept, and I myself was like, oh, but all fruits or all sugars equal, okay? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to debunk that myth right now. That is not the truth. It does not affect your body the same way, all this good stuff, okay? So again, I was born into this idea, and it was really over the last few years where I don't want to be mean, but I almost like came to my senses like, oh yeah, buddy, fruit is amazing, and fruit's so helpful to so many health issues that we're all suffering. Even with like what we're dealing with right now, fruit's chocked full of antioxidants. It's chocked full of, it's going to keep you hydrated. We want to stay hydrated. We want antioxidants. We want things that are going to, free radicals. We want things to fight all these. We don't want to get sick right now, right? Like that is everybody's biggest fear. So don't fear fruit because you're worried about the sugar. I just told you how much sugar I was eating per day, right? And still lost weight and felt amazing. So we dismiss, right now, it's popular to dismiss the health benefits of fruit because we're so worried about the sugar content that somebody told us was kind of bad, right? So let's say, I'm going to make a bold statement and say fruit is full of sugar. That statement, right? Have you heard that statement? Play along with me. Say hi, guys. Is just plain wrong. All right. You may agree or disagree. That's okay. Just say hi. Fresh fruit offers so much more than the natural sugar that it contains, including, like I just talked about, the water. So let's keep ourselves hydrated. Vitamins. A lot of you are going to be way more likely to go eat a bowl of strawberries than you are to drink a gallon of water. Not that they're equivalent, but some people are just so against drinking water. Like it's so hard for them, right? So let's eat some fruit. The vitamins and mineral content that is in your fruit is just, it's amazing, guys. So many helpful benefits. Fiber, we need healthy fiber to keep the junk flowing out of our body. So if you get a buildup of a bunch of junk, good morning, Bobby, and everybody else I missed. If you get a buildup of a bunch of junk and it creates all these toxins, like think about your digestive system and stuff just kind of hanging out. Well, that stuff on the outside that gets all deteriorated and decays and grows stuff on it, well, what do you think is different about the inside of your body, except now it's like a really dark, moist place? You think things are happening more rapidly with decay and growing things in your body? I don't want to get gross, but we need fiber to flush the junk out. We need water and fiber to flush the junk out. So do not take your fruits and vegetables out, okay? Do not take them out. You need them, because then that's just going to fester and create all kinds of toxins, and it actually really impedes your weight loss. So I know a lot of people, are interested in like losing a few pounds, whether it's just what they gained during lockdown or overall. We want to have that fiber to help flow stuff out. We want to clear out our system. We want all these vitamins and nutrients and minerals and the amazing good stuff that fruit has to offer. Phytonutrients. Okay, so I'm not getting into the geeky, sciencey stuff of phytonutrients, but essentially they're naturally occurring plant compounds that have a wide beneficial range to the effects of your body. Okay, so, and fruits are where it's at as far as phytonutrients. It's chock full of them. Okay, so I just want you to realize fruit's not your enemy. I'm not going to go into, like, I have notes and notes and notes, and I'm not going over like all the details about fruit. But by the way, so we also can combine and collapse like fruit, sugar, and carbohydrates. Like, they both kind of have like this bad stigma. Would you agree? Like right now, it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to only have like 5 grams of sugar and 20 carbs in my whole day, right? And what I want you to say is, like, we need healthy sources of carbohydrates in our diets. Like, it's one of the 3 macronutrients. We have to have these things. Sorry, my throat always gets a little scratchy when I get a little bit excited, right? So carbohydrates are the preferred source of fuel, and it's vitally, vitally important for your physical and mental energy, okay? Vitally important to your physical and mental energy. And we go, I'm a little bit afraid of that sugar, so I'm just not gonna eat it, right? And then we're basically trying to eat like protein and vegetables can give you some of this much needed fiber. They too are also a carb. They just don't carry the negative stigma that the fruit carries along with it. But then we're not getting all these added things that we need from the variety. Okay? They're vitally important to your physical and mental energy. How many people want more physical and mental energy right now? We're sitting around. We're not being stimulated the way that we were. Go eat a bowl of fruit, right? We need to consider the amount of sugar or carbs that you're eating, right? Yes, we don't want to like go overboard. Don't go eat a huge like Alfredo pasta dish, right? But the form of carbohydrate is critical. So don't knock fruit into this bad category, all right? So I just wanted to point out, like, the sugar in your Mountain Dew or your Coke fix is not the same as the sugar that you're going to go have in a watermelon. All right. You're not getting the dietary healthy benefits that come along with all the things that you're doing when you eat fruit. All right. And to debunk a myth, I was talking about how a lot of times we're told to not eat certain fruits or any fruits if we're trying to deal with digestive issues where we might have some ick going on, like we're trying to kill off bad bacteria, we're trying to deal with yeast, we're trying to deal with some kind of overgrowth or whatever. The reality is that some fruits, bananas, which used to be on my absolute no hit list when I was all in this fruit fear thing, bananas can actually kill all those things that we're being told not to have sugar. And then you'll hear, well, definitely don't have bananas because they're high sugar. Well, no, it's actually been proven and linked that they can actually kill yeast, kill bacteria, kill all these things. So I know it's maddening. If you follow me at all, first of all, if you're brand new to me, just say new. I want to say hi to you back, even if you catch us on replay. But if you are familiar with me at all, you know I'm all about keeping healthy simple. So I don't want to give you like constantly conflicting information. So we're hearing fruit's bad, and now Erin said fruit's good, and I was told not to eat fruit because it's going to feed this bacteria, and now Erin said just go have a banana. Oh my gosh, I don't know who to listen to. First and foremost, just listen to your own gut, your own heart, your own brain, because we get so caught up in everybody talking about this. Like if I would have scrolled through and found this today, like found my own live that I'm doing with you guys today, say 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh my gosh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Fruit's so bad. Don't eat fruit, right? And I would have just dismissed it. But I told you 400 grams of carbs, 200 grams of sugar daily for close to 3 months. So I changed things up a little bit after the first month. But in my first 2 to 3 weeks, I think it was 2.5 weeks, I lost 7 pounds. I go to bed really early. I wake up early, so I go to bed early. All my friends are like, what? My team members are like, why are you go to bed now? And during that time frame when I was just loading myself with fruits and vegetables, primarily fruit, that's how I hit those numbers. I was awake. I was like, my brain was just firing. I was staying awake. I was having more like one-on-one time with my husband because I like to go to bed when the kids go to bed. And when I was just doing all of that, I mean, it was just incredible. Like I said, the amount of energy, the vitality, and I was pretty much doing that by doing boatloads of fruit. And I kind of went into it. It was part of a kind of a medical thing to help me figure out some things going on because we're still kind of trying to solve a big mystery of about 4.5 years. And so it was pretty much, it was raw fruits and vegetables for 28 days that I carried on to be about 90 days. Now, I'm not saying go do this, right? My nails started to get really brittle. My hair started to get brittle, but my skin actually was glowing, probably from all of the fruit benefits, right? My energy was amazing. My body was shrinking, but yes, I did actually lose some muscle mass, right? So you have to have protein in your diet. And for this experiment, we were basically taking that out. So I would not advise that. But what I'm telling you is and I went into this like, I'm either going to prove this wrong or I'm going to prove myself wrong. And what I ended up doing is proving them both right. I proved the importance of protein and everything that I had taught, and the fact that if we're not getting enough protein, we're going to lose muscle mass. And then when we start incorporating more food, we're going to gain weight. All right? I proved that. But I also proved the fruit idea, totally what I believed, I totally debunked it. I was already coming around. I already kind of knew that, but that amount of fruit, that amount of carbs, that amount of sugar, I mean, that's just unheard of in what we're learning right now in society and the fad diets that are going on and the concepts that we're being taught about sugar and fruit and just sugar in general and carbs in general, right? So the fact that I was able to kind of do that, it was truly an experiment for me. I was like, this is like my own market research. Like I'm in science, I'm in like scientist mode, right? So I was able to prove the importance of the fruit and the sugar and the fact that it's not something to be feared. And I was also able to prove the importance of fats and proteins and the benefits that we need all of them, right? There's 3 main macronutrients: carbs, protein, and fat. We need them all. They all play different roles and different benefits in our body. So if nothing else, I hope that maybe you don't go have 200 grams of sugar and 400 carbs of fruit just to try this out, right? But if it's all fruits and vegetables, you're going to be great. If you want to lose weight just for like a week, go ahead and do this, but don't do it long term so that your hair doesn't get all crazy and your nails get all crazy, all right? But all I'm saying is if you want to have a bowl of watermelon and it's going to keep you from eating ice cream, go for it. But we sit there and go, oh my gosh, fruit's so bad. And then we end up craving something totally worse. And then we go that route anyway. So just enjoy the fruit. Enjoy the benefits of the fruit, and don't get too worried that you're going to pack on all these pounds because you're eating fruit. I mean, back in the day, it was always just like, oh, you're going to healthy, you're going to live off of like salads and fruits. And then somewhere along the lines, everything got mucked up, right? And we're like, ooh, but don't eat fruit. So, anywho, I hope that helps. I hope that you take something away from that. Let me know what fruit you're going to have today. And have a beautiful and healthy day. And just remember, keep healthy simple. Oh, I'm doing a free giveaway all next week in my group, Empowered Weight Loss for Women. I didn't talk about it at all. But if you want to be in, we're just doing a whole week of giveaways. I'm going to have a lot of fun in my group. So if you're not in my group yet, let me know. We'll get you over there. So have a beautiful and healthy day. Mwah! Bye, guys.